Welcome. Is everyone able to hear me well? If yes, please let me know. Yeah, just let me know in the chat if you can hear me. So welcome to this mini workshop on how to create an altar. Yes, okay, perfect. Cool. So, welcome, and so nice to have you here. So, this mini workshop, how I call it, is all about the altar, how to create one, what is its purpose. It's a question I've been receiving quite a few times, especially when people come to the ceremony in person. And an altar is a very powerful thing to have at home or to prepare, even for a specific occasion. So basically, what an altar is, it's a power spot, and it's a reminder of something that you envision or that you intend to create in the world, or even just like its beauty is inspiring. So when creating an altar, I'll come back to like what exactly practically it can look like, but um, it said like when we do ceremonies or yoga, or there is an altar, there's where the teacher is. Um, what we place on the altar is either amplifying the energy, so it's adding to it, or it can be recharged and cleared and you know, uh, charged up with the energy of that specific ceremony or intention we have. So for when we practice and we have an altar that is somewhere, like let's say in front of our mat, or the teacher is in front of us and there is the altar, what we do is when we lie down on the mat or on the floor, we try to point our head towards the altar and the feet towards the other side of the space. This is so that you can imagine the wisdom of the altar, that energy flows into your head, into your being. So that's quite nice. So you often hear me say like, okay, turn around, hands facing towards the altar, feet away from it. So what do we need actually to create an altar? Is it something religious? Is it complicated? No, it's not. It's something very easy. It's even portable. Like when I was traveling, like I didn't have many things, but I had a few valuable things that had a meaning to me. And maybe they were not valuable, like money wise, but they reminded me of something. And this can be anything, from crystals to essential oils to pictures to postcards to letters, anything we kind of gathered and we like to wear or have around, or when we see it, it reminds us of something that we like to remember. Of course, we also have stuff that, it's time to let it go. So the things we don't want to put on the altar, like we want to release them. We want to either, recycle them or give them to a flea market or, something like that. So we shouldn't be having these things gathering at home. So before you create an altar, the question is, what is your intention with it? What's its purpose? What do you need to be reminded of? So that's the first step. And if you want, you can also just write things down now, or you can go over it later. I'll be also writing more on this topic because it's kind of quite nice. Even just the creation of an altar is very nice. Yeah. And we can have many different altars. You can have an altar at your home, in your bedroom that reminds you of something. Then you have maybe one in your living room, one at the entrance. Actually, basically, I like to extend it to, it's not just an altar, can be any, for example, table or a specific corner where you place things in your home. So wherever you look around, it should, I don't know, I like it if it's not cluttered. It like doesn't remind me of chaos. It reminds me of beauty. For example, how do you want to feel when you enter in your home? That's a good question. Um, that's like for like general use. Maybe some people they would like to call in a soulmate or a partner. So you might want to make an altar that represents that, or an altar for wealth, for abundance, for money, for health. So there can be many different things, and I think like this more general topics that are just we encounter in life. For that, we can really have like any table in our home, any corner. Like for me, like in my home, I have these nice spaces at the window I can put things. So and they represent different things, and they don't have to, it doesn't have to look from the outside like it's representing something. It just has to represent something for you. So even like specific flowers that remind you of love or summer or beauty, that just makes you feel good. Altar should make you feel good. It should uplift you. It's a power spot. It should remind you of what you want to invite into life, not what you don't want to invite into life. Can also be written affirmations and things like that. So once we know the intention, then it's clear to know what we want to put on. Then there's also altars we create for specific reasons that are more temporary than, let's say, health and wealth. We want to have it our whole lives. It's nothing, that's temporary. But for example, when I do my ceremonies, each ceremony has a specific theme where we're going to dive in, what we're going to look at. For example, let's say ceremony of transformation will look different, like the altar will look different than of the ceremony of, let's say, love or a heart journey. So when you practice at home, even if it's just like a crystal and a flower and a specific notebook you have in front of your mat, that's like you're gathering the energy there. These things are going to be recharged, and they're going to, every time you have these things in your hand, you're going to think of that, what you experienced in a journey. So if it's ceremony of transformation, there might be, fire, something that represents fire, or that represents transformation for you personally, maybe a specific oil that helps detoxifying, or like things like that. And this is like really specific to the ceremony. So the second thing, like the first thing is okay, intention setting, why, and then you look for a place. Then the second thing is it should add beauty to, it should remind you of beauty. Whatever your definition is of beauty, but I feel beauty is something like we sometimes connect to something more superficial, but actually it's not. It's like it can touch you, it can open your heart. Like imagine a beautiful flower. So it should add beauty. It should be beautiful. Then the third thing, what you can think of when creating an altar is maybe you have a vision or you have a dream. It might be a creative project, might be whatever, you want to buy a house or anything, anything you wish or desire for. We all have different things. Some are more long-term, or some are more short-term, doesn't matter. So when you ask yourself of that inner dream, And maybe it's a dream to that is going to be represented in the outside in a material way, but maybe it's also feeling that you want to call in, or overall feeling in life. So you want to feel more. And then the question to ask yourself: what material things, like things you can gather for to put on the altar, do represent that inner vision in the outside? So basically, altar can represent your inner dream manifested already in a concentrated form that you can look at. Maybe if you want to travel, your altar is going to contain, like travel books and old like plane tickets and I don't know, maybe some food of the country you want to visit, all kind of sort of things like that. So you're kind of like very specific, and once you see it, you remember that, and it's going to help you to envision it and make it happen. So that's one thing. Then, how to create an altar and where to create it. So there are different ways to go after creating an altar. You can go after feng shui if that interests you. That's very interesting to read. There are good articles on that. Then creating an altar can also go after the elements. You can have something on your altar that represents air, something that represents earth. It can be a branch or a flower, and air can be, for example, a feather, or a diffuser, diffusing nice oils. Then earth, wood, water. Can be a simple bowl with water, or rose water, very nice too. And then, of course, fire, candle. Candle is very nice. It's also nice, like, let's say you want to call something in and you meditate every day on that spot, you light the candle and you affirm it, you set an intention as you light the candle. For example, uh, I'm traveling the world with a backpack and I feel so excited about it. That can be affirmation, in present tense. And then you light the candle and you're there sitting for a moment and envisioning it. So this can be one thing. Altar can be placed, as I said, like on any table in your home, on a shelf. It can also be simply on the floor if you don't have anything, and on a nice scarf or whatever you have, like some beautiful fabric that you like. And this can also change after seasons. We can have seasonal altars too. For example, in summer we have like more flowers, so in autumn we might want to put some pumpkins on it. In winter, it's now you can go through the forest and there are many branches on the floor. A good thing about altars is like it's good to take things from nature that are already been given from the nature. So like not take a branch that is on the tree, but take one that is already on the floor. So you can reuse that and then you can give it back. So it can be anywhere, it can be big, it can be small, you can put flowers. You should take care of your altar. You can put there plants. Don't let your altar get dusty and cluttery and all these things. Like take care. It's like you're planting a seed and you're taking care of that seed. And you don't just let it, die or that's kind of the idea. So, for example, for money, you can also put money on your altar or fruit. You can give offerings. I mean, that's in many cultures. You can give everyday offerings. It can be a flower. It can be some food that you also cook for yourself. I mean, that's very personal. And if you are and a specific religion or deities, or you're very interested in something like some gods, goddesses that represent your inner vision, then you can also put the pictures, you can put the mantras. Really, it's very, it can be very minimalistic, it can be very full, whatever it is for you, it's very personal. But this is the thing. So if you have any questions, you may want to write them in the chat so I can answer them straight now. But this is a little bit of how I do it with the altars. And even the process of creating an altar is so nice. It's like taking care of something and beautifying it. And actually, you can see your whole house, your whole apartment, or room, or wherever you are, as an altar. Everything should represent or have some intention, so it's not random, and you can use it in a very simple way to bring your dreams into reality. So yeah, okay. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me see about that. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if later something comes up. I'll be writing more on this topic on alexnikolic.com. And yeah, I'm just excited. Like, if you've created an altar and you want to send me a picture of it, I would be super grateful to see it. Like, it's very beautiful, and I'll also try to post more pictures of all the altars I've been creating, especially the past 2 years. Yeah. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and wishing you a wonderful rest of the day. And I hope we can connect soon. There are more live streams the next 2 weeks. Come, join, practice, and create. Yay! Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.